wonderful people. Welcome to this week episode. I remain my humble self, Adejoke Afolabi, and here with me today is Miss.
Damilola,
Thank you for coming to.
thank you for having me.
Alright, so today we want to discuss why Gen Z should be our next target. Gen Z should be your next target in real estate. So that's why we have our guest here, Miss Damilola. So Miss Damilola, can
Okay.
you just explain more to us about
Thank you for having me.
uh,
So, we are in the digital age now, whereby, the people who are talking real estate are no longer like the 40 plus, 60, 70-year-old people anymore, trying to, save money to build houses and all that. We're in an age whereby a 25-year-old has made more money in a month than some 40-year-old would had made in their entire lifetime. So us as realtors, we need to understand the demographic that we call Gen Zs. You understand? There are people who are from like 20, 21 to 28. We don't need to sleep on this set of people anymore. They understand what investment is all about. They understand crypto. They understand, forex and likes of it. They understand what real investment is all about. They take risk. They are the risk takers. So do you get? So looking down at them and saying, oh, this 25-year-old cannot buy land worth 50, 100 million naira, you'd be surprised. They are the future and they are listening. So they are the perfect person to go to talk to about real estate investment.
how do we reach these Gen Zs?
Okay. First of all, we need to dead the idea that the only things that this generation know how to do is buy the latest phone, the latest sneakers and all that. Yes, they do that as well, but at the same time, they're very technological savvy. They understand how to use technology to their advantage. And if you as a real estate person, you're trying to tap into that market, into the Gen Z market, you need to upgrade yourself. You need to have more knowledge about the social media. You need to be able to catch up with them as well. So first of all, I believe everyone, you can't say you're a real estate person and you're not on social media. You're either on TikTok, you're on Instagram, you're on Facebook and the likes, right? So the only way for you to meet them is to meet them at their comfort zone. And where are the Gen Zs comfortable? They are comfortable on social media. If you're a real estate person, are you out there? Do you have a face? First of all, they are not even going to buy from you if you don't have a face. Let's say you can't still be marketing like somebody who is not in the technological age as a real estate person. You have to be online, you have to be active, you have to be willing to put a face to your brand. So let's take maybe Instagram, for example. It's not about just posting flyers and just posting write up. Are you involved in the latest trends? Are you interesting to watch? Are you using the catchy phrases, to get their attention? Are you doing all these things?
The caption.
Exactly. And it's not sometimes some of the older generation, they have a way of being very judgy. You understand? They judge, oh, is this what these children are meant to be doing on social media? You have no business with judging anybody on social media as a real estate agent. Your business is to whatever it is they choose, the Gen Zs choose to, throw out on social media. It's none of your concern. Your concern should be, how do I use this information that they are putting out there on social media? How do I use it to my advantage to make a sale? That 20-year-old that you've seen on your streets, that neighbor's child that is 25 years old, and you're like, oh, this person, they're not too small to talk about investments with. They are risk takers, like I've said. They're not too small. They're not too young. Let's say as a consultant, you want to recruit, you make sure you can look for 25-year-olds, 23 years old, and the likes. You bring them together, you talk to them. So this is what I do. This is how I sell. If you bring people and you're going to be getting 25%, whatever it is, structure you want to use to drag them closer, you'll be surprised that 25-year-old child or young person you're seeing in your area or you as your neighbor, will be able to pull sales of hundreds of millions.
That's true.
So do you understand? So we need to, us as real estate people, we need to tap into that market. Make that your niche. It's not just always about older generations and people that are
Sharing flyers.
Exactly. It's not just about that. Are you making the appropriate content? right? Are you involving yourself in their challenges on TikTok, their challenges on Instagram? Are you using storytelling? Are you telling them, you know what, rather than you buying that iPhone for your girlfriend, you can, if you buy this piece of land for her, she'll be happier. Things like that. You have to come down to their level, speak their language, for you to be able to meet up with them.
Exactly. Because these Gen Zs now, they are the way they take social media so
Yes,
serious
yes, yes,
is
yes,
so alarming, and you can just make use of that to grab their attention
yes,
to
yes,
real estate.
yes,
So
yes,
let us make use of this. Let's focus on the Gen Zs. These Gen Zs, they have money. You can just be looking at them like maybe they are kids. They
yes,
have the money. Example like Pella.
yes.
Pella is a TikToker and
Oh yeah, it is, and it's one of the biggest
exactly,
TikTokers to come out of Nigeria, out of Nigeria social media space.
exactly.
Even social media is giving them so much money. You by the time you see these people, they go on live. You see them on Facebook Live, on TikTok Live. This
YouTube Live.
Yes, they're making millions.
Exactly.
They're getting paid in dollars. So if you, as an adult, you think, oh, they're not, what do I have to tell these people? What the only thing they know is just to shout on social media. That shouting that they're shouting on social media, they are making millions of naira. They're earning in hard currency. And the thing is, recently we told our consultants that let's target people who are in diaspora. The same way you target people who are in diaspora, you can use that dollar thing to also target Gen Zs. But when you tell them that, okay, this piece of land, you can just buy it for just $1,000, $2,000, you will think, oh, because they are in Nigeria, they are not earning in dollars. Most of them earn their money in dollars.
Yeah, that's true.
So you can also market to them that way by telling them that, okay, you know what, with $2,000 you can get a plot of land in Abuja. With $1,500 you can get a plot of land in Ekpe. Things like this. You have to be strategic. You have to speak their language, and the language they speak, it's a work type of language. You cannot be judgy. You cannot act like, oh, you're an old. Exactly. You cannot be bossy to deal with them. You need to come down to their level.
Yeah.
You have to be the face of your brand. You have to talk. You have to be willing to dance. You have to be willing to put yourself out there to connect with them, because if they don't see that you're on that level with you, they're not going to listen to you. You're going to tell somebody that okay, I want you to buy a land, and maybe you see him, he has the latest iPhone, or maybe he has dreads, and his look is not something that you think you like personally, and you're already judging him. That same person that you're judging can as well make you earn a commission, millions of naira. That person you're looking at like, oh, why is he dressed like this? Why is she wearing skimpy dresses? Why is he, can buy a property of 200, 300 million without even batting an eye.
Exactly.
So
that's why they say don't judge the book
exactly,
by cover.
you cannot judge Gen Z by their cover.
Exactly.
And also one thing is that if you're a parent in real estate, one thing you should also know, never, even your kids, they go to university with Gen Zs. They're in classes with people who Gen Zs who can afford a lot, who has money. So even when you have a child at home, you're sitting down with your child, you're telling, okay, my darling, when you get to school, this is this is what mommy does, this is what daddy does. I sell real estate. If you have friends, you can also talk to your friends when you get to school that I'm selling this, I'm selling that. If they sell for me, if they bring clients, you educate your children as well. Because even that your daughter that you're seeing at home, that she's just, she has friends who are in money. They have classmates who have exactly. So you have to be willing to do the work. Do not overlook their generation at all. I think that's like the biggest mistake some of the older generation make. They overlook the younger generation, and they are the future. They understand what it is to make profit and to make loss.
To take risks.
Exactly, they are the risk takers.
Exactly.
So yes.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate
it. Thank you very much for having me.
Yes, ma'am. So I think you learned one or two things today.
Yeah.
So don't hesitate to talk to that Gen Z in your neighborhood.
Yes.
Don't judge them with their lifestyle, their luxury phone, the luxury cars. Don't judge them. Just draw them closer, talk to them, enlighten them about real estate.
Yeah.
And trust me, you will really, really enjoy it.
You'll be glad you did.
Yeah. So thank you all for watching. Thank you all for staying tuned to your screen. See you next week. God bless you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thanks for watching.